Mask off.
This is the real
Podcast. 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 Yeah.
Because we keep it so.
This is the real
4, 3, 2.
This is the real.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Real Mask Off Podcast. I'm your host, Austin Baker Sr.
And I am Alexander Foot. I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah,
Alexander Foot.
Alex Xander is his middle name. Xander Foot.
What's up, y'all?
Man, what's the deal? We back at it again with episode 12.
Episode 12.
Man, how was your week this week, Big A?
Oh. Long week. That's how you feel at the end of the week. Just 2 days ain't gonna cut it. Getting off. I am off already.
Already off. Damn.
2 days off is not gonna cut it.
Yeah.
2 days getting off might.
Yeah. 2 days getting off. You might not be able to go to work for those 5 days.
I don't know. You start this all over.
Yeah. We can go keep it going, man. That's it made sense.
But long day, Monday.
Yeah.
It sucks. I guarantee you a lot of other people out there feel like you work so hard. Let's just say one day. You have this one hard ass day. Let's say it's a Monday too.
Mm-hmm.
You probably just you don't even recover till Wednesday. Like from that hard day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's physical or mental.
Yeah.
It's just that Monday is I dread Mondays at our place.
Man, I swear, bro. Not just even at the work life aspect. It's just the point of being a father and a husband too, man. You got to take that into account too. That your job just never stops, bro.
I'm cheating now, somewhat though. Not like you. I feel a much better relief. My kids are older, even though I did just have my oldest daughter move back.
Yeah.
But plus I have my youngest son. It's actually good. I'm glad that my oldest moved back. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's good to have her. I know it makes my wife happy.
Hell yeah.
But when you do clear a house, it's like, it feels like your father aspect is different. Like I said, I felt like when the kids get out, when your family gets out of the house, then it feels like now you're the coach. You know, they should call you for when they need you in those moments, or maybe even a handyman if you know how to do certain shit on certain things. So that when they call you and talk to you and stuff, a lot of times you might, some parents might be, they're going to call me when they want money, or they're going to call me when this, and be like, yeah, well, they don't want to hang out with your old ass or talk to your old ass anyway, but,
They're not even living the same life as you right now.
Yeah.
They want to be around you.
I get it. And I just wish I could be there for them in every aspect, give them as much money and love as they needed.
Absolutely. I believe that's every father's, that's, actively parenting their children, man, before and after they leave the house. I always had a philosophy, like my dad was keen on the fact of 18, moving out, going on your own and what have you.
Yeah.
I have a different belief. You know what I mean? I'm trying to create a household for my family to have understanding that this is a place where you can always be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And just never have to worry. Like, one thing in your life, being my child, is have to worry about a roof over your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You always got home. Home is always home. Now, granted,
Definitely.
you want to go out there and live your life on your own. You want to experience that. That's on your time frame. But while you're here, once you turn 18, it's not just your ride is free. Of course, you're going to contribute to the legacy. That's how I look at it. You're going to contribute to the household. But aside from that, you figure life out and not feel constricted to be a person that has to jump on a hamster wheel, work a 9 to 5.
Yeah, you don't need that. That's too much pressure if you don't need to have it. Like, to have to worry about everyday survival, as long as that's covered.
Mm-hmm.
As a young adult, you should hopefully be able to find your way.
Yeah.
And hopefully your parents are in those situations where they can do that for you.
Yeah.
So that you can get a little better example of maybe more instead of a getting a thrown into the race, you kind of it helps ease your way into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, seriously, because like if I feel like now this is just what the experiences that I went through, and I also believe that with me being transparent on my children while they're young, they're getting understanding. Like, okay, yeah, granted, I get a lot of the things that I want, like over 90% of the things I want and need, but I do recognize that my parents have to sacrifice a lot of other things in order for them to be able to produce that for me. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they don't take their blessings for granted. Like you see a lot of people that were born in this silver spoon situations that don't know adversity in the way that people that grew from poverty that accomplished something more so know how to navigate, if that makes sense, you know, because you know you're coming from
you have to have some hurdles to realize how high to jump.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have some hurdles in the way.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely shows just growth as a father, especially if you start to see things different and you want things better and you want things more. There's still all those outside elements to being a father, as far as wondering what goes on with your kids outside the house, maybe specifically schooling, right?
Yeah.
You know, right now we have Linda McMahon. I know you're a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Huge wrestling fan. So
when Undertaker choke slammed her to the table.
So that lady right there, that lady right there is ahead of all the school and education systems. Mr. Vince McMahon, who we all know that family, and they love entertainment, and they're probably shrewd ass business people.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to be cutthroat to be a billionaire, I guess.
And we can be honest that they created it from nothing, right? Like, you know what I mean, 100%. Vince? Like, you know, 100%. So that's his baby,
yeah.
You know, but not to get sidetracked. His wife is and whatever, however the fuck that happens, it is what it is. But I don't think somebody of that caliber can understand the school systems and how it's changed and what a lot of them are going through, trying to become more privatized, ruling, rather than, and then, man, it's so hard to it's hard right now to even think about your own schooling and defend that being the right way.
Right.
So it's hard to even pinpoint what's the issues and what needs to be done, because I feel like I was lied to so much.
Yeah. And like, if you really pay attention to it, brother, like the mishap in our education system was we grew up in the public school system. That system is
there was no other option, really. I guess you could have gone to a parochial school, like religious school, where you'd pay tuition, but
whose family had the money to do that?
Yeah.
You know, that tuition alone would have been a hindrance to their family. Granted, it would have helped better the child, and the way that we grow up in poverty, we are all on survival mode anyway. So every penny counts, even though we don't move as every penny counts, because we do got to take accountability too in some of our aspects. But that's just what lack of knowledge. We don't know what to do with it.
But when we do know, like, for example, okay, I guarantee you there'll be people out here listening to this. When I was younger, there was a parochial school, a Lutheran school, that went from kindergarten to 8th grade, right? And I knew people that went to that school of my age, below my age, and above my age, where they seemed to be a year ahead of us. So if somebody there was in if I was in 7th grade, they seemed to be learning 8th grade shit.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So because that school only went up to 8th grade, it had a cousin school, their sister school. You can go 9th grade to 12th grade there if you could afford it. Tuition goes up more too. So the ones that did go there still thrived in that atmosphere. You know, maybe teachers were vetted better. Maybe they could pay teachers better. Mm-hmm. It seemed like they got a better education.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that couldn't get out at like at 8th grade and then had to go to like the local high school, they ended up fucking up and becoming bored because now they get in the 9th grade, they learned all that shit in the 8th grade. They were a year ahead.
Yeah.
So they lost all their attention, and now it isn't taught the same. The teachers don't have same curriculums. So now they fall off. So from our perspective, we've seen things that work and don't work. The problem is a lot of the stuff is based on lies.
Yeah.
Like, especially if it comes to all these different type of histories, and or maybe not lies, very selective picking of what they're going to decide to show you and tell you about. So what do we do nowadays to help change our kids' education to keep them more updated, current, with less lies, with less propaganda?
It is even harder now.
You have younger kids. I have kids that already came through. I've said before, some that graduated were like, I don't even know what to fucking do out here. We've mentioned before, there's no more home ec class. There's no more teaching people how to sew, cook. There's no more, what do you call it? Metal shop, woodworking. There's nothing there to help our schools or our kids and our schools to be more prepared for nowadays life. Not to say we need metal shops and wood shops. I doubt it, but I'm saying some sort of computer chip making. I don't know.
We need all of that, though. We still need the basic fundamentals, because wood and metal is still very pivotal.
Yeah, that should be our history. We should learn the history of our old tools and stuff, just in case shit does go south.
Yeah,
and shit
to understand.
Yeah,
there's no reason for our children to be out here, and that's the same thing. Like, so, like with cars, I'm like illiterate as fuck when it comes to cars. Right? I don't know shit about cars, fixing them. I know I love cars, so I like the make of them, but I don't know how to fix them. If something was to go wrong with them, that's only because my father wasn't a car savvy person. He didn't know nothing about cars. So he would just take his to a mechanic and have a mechanic fix it. So it's just basically like cause and effect, But
do you wish, if you were back in school, would you? Well, how about this? Would you have substituted? If they said, Austin, back then, we're going to take out this history class, but have you learn about at least the tools on how to work on a car and the basics? They're going to show you the tools and the basics on how to work on something. What would you rather have had? Learn that history?
Yeah, learn that. Or
learn the trade, in a sense.
Learn a trade. Learn things that actually matter to a person that's actually living a life. Like your teacher. Like, granted, you need to know math. You need to know numbers. Clearly, we need to understand that. We need to understand
language, English, writing, reading.
All of those things, the necessary tools and stuff like that. Granted, that's what you spend a lot of your earlier years training those students what to do, how to read, write, talk, speak proper English, whatever, the proper punctuation and everything, the whole nine. And then, like, when they get a little bit more technical now, the high school years are the years where you're teaching them starting early,
what a microchip is, how they're made, all this, like really deep dive into the computer and cyber world for them. But also at the same time,
teach them
do we show them the tools of our past and what they were used for and how to use them? Because I feel like that's what I always notice with people who don't know how to do something. They weren't taught, so whatever, you're probably taught something different than somebody else was taught. That's just the way life is. Yeah. But when it comes to a manly thing, in my generation, they think tools is it. But I think it's for everybody, not for men. I think it's for men and women. And I think at least in middle school, give them a class of woodworking tools, machine shop tools, car part tools. Show them how to change things and what you would use what tool for. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people when they graduate, if they had a year or two of that under their belt, would feel more comfortable doing more things around their house, not feeling like they might have to hire somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These things that when we look at the nowadays generation, what is this generation called?
I don't even know.
Is it Z? Are we in Z? What is this? Millennials? Are they millennials?
I think so.
What the fuck is a millennial?
I don't know.
Me neither. But whatever. Anyways, nowadays, we look at, oh, they don't know shit about this or know shit about that, but
You didn't.
nobody taught them because we were too caught busy working.
Yeah.
We had to just work to survive and take care of all the kids.
Yeah.
So it would be easier and less frustrating to just, sometimes I was guilty of it. Let me just fix this. I mean, I had multiple times where I'd have my boys with tools and helping me.
Mm-hmm.
But there'd be multiple times also where it'd be like, watch out.
Away. Yeah.
Let me just take care of this.
Yeah, because you're agitated because everyday life is still beating your ass while you have to take care of this.
So I guess my point, what I'm alluding to, when you're just talking about tools and hands-on things like that, and we sit as parents and bitch that our kids aren't being taught something, why wouldn't that be implemented in if we're to be taught that too? And then, we also realize, hey, we're working more. Mom's working. So those type of things are handy. Be like, hey, you got a hole in the wall. You fucked up. Something happened. Fix it. You know what I mean? You learned it in school. We all learn it. That type of thing.
Yeah.
We got the tools. It takes a couple things or, screwing something in, using what screwdriver and shit like that. It just feels like certain things like that. If we sit back and try to rebuild the school system in our minds as a community, that would be a class I would add.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will also add in financing, like finances, understanding your finances.
Dig it deeper in that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What would that class
like
encompass?
Your understanding credit.
Starting off basic. Let's say basic for a middle schooler. He gets his first account.
Yeah.
You buy shit online. They need to know, right?
You know, absolutely. My
first year in fucking middle school. You think, what year is that?
The 6th grade.
Okay, we're agreeing on that.
Yep.
What did she need to know? That basics.
By that time you should already understand the importance, like what each dollar amount is. Correct. By that time you should know,
the worth of money and stuff. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but I'm just saying, like, ordering on what sites, ordering things, or what is the CV number?
Yeah.
Your account number, your expiration date.
How to protect those different things.
How to protect it. Start them young in that shit.
Yeah. So they're
definitely
watching out for those different things.
From middle school on, you should have some sort of protection class.
Yes.
From that point on.
Yes.
Until 12th grade.
Yes.
Whether it's a physical, mental, fucking on cyber.
Yep, cyber.
Yeah.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
I'm saying everything. I think that's the thing.
Dude, that was a great one.
Yeah.
When you say self-defense, because you know as well as I do, when you learn something, when it comes to a martial art, a boxing, some sort of self-defense.
Teach you discipline.
And those people fight less.
Yep.
Because you know how to fight.
Yep.
And you don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't need to prove it to you.
Yeah.
I know how to fight. I know how to fight.
And that would be nice if kids got to learn some things through school.
Yeah.
Add that into gym class.
That's what I liked about Windsor, Ontario. I don't know if they still have that now. Not supposed to have that. What I do loved about Windsor, Ontario when I was in Windsor, and like I'm 36 years old now, so
it's changed.
It may have changed by now, but back in the day, like martial arts was taught in school.
Really?
Yeah, and I was in elementary over there.
We should do it in elementary.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. And like sports, that they start you in elementary over there.
Yeah,
and you start school over there. I think you start school here, and like at 4.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate right quick in something like this on martial arts. Let's say when we talk about it in a little elementary class, 5th grade, 4th grade or something, just subtle basic stretches and moves, like nothing threatening and ass kicking, right?
Yeah.
And it can be inclusionary for everybody because we all know growing up there might be some kids that aren't the athletic ones, don't want to be. That's not part of it. Well, I answer to that is there's kids out there that do, but also don't want to be part of the brainiac part, like maybe you do, but still do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's that compromise and the give and take, It almost feels like we should even teach that in schools,
Yeah.
specifically as compromise.
Yeah, and also there should be a class in there for, especially now, and I think they should have been had this classes that help teaching emotional regulation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Understanding emotions, being free to talk about it, a safe space for them to be able to express themselves,
Yeah.
talk through conflict and relieve their mental struggles. Because I think a lot of times when people deal with mental health issues, it's the fact that they don't feel safe to let it out because they feel judged in a judgmentic place, like your society,
Which most society,
yeah. So
Yeah.
you know, it's easy to tell our children, hey, don't care about what somebody else thinks. But if everybody else cares about what everybody else is saying about you at a young age, what do you do?
Yeah.
That's bullying at its highest magnitude. When
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like their opinion to you actually matters because you're not aware of yourself enough to know that they don't know shit anyways, right? Because you're a child as well.
Yeah.
So you're just going through those mental hurdles.
Well, plus we've said, at least, I'm not quite sure, probably in your generation, but definitely in our generation, bullying stopped at home.
Yeah.
You might have got it from brothers or family, but that's different.
That's different.
But that outside shit, whew,
Yeah.
I don't have to hear about it. I could put on TV and not hear nothing about nothing. I don't have a phone. There's no internet. Like, you know. So it gave you an escape, and it gave them to calm down, right? Because nothing's worse than a mob mentality, and nothing's becoming worse than a cyber mob mentality.
Oh yeah,
right.
Remember that was a big problem though. Like early on in the early days of the internet,
Yeah,
the cyberbullying was a huge thing.
yeah.
That's because like
Well, we still do that as adults.
Yeah.
and that's what's fucked up.
yeah, but it's a common thing now. Like people go viral off of other people's downfalls. You know what I'm saying? It's like more like
Yeah,
publicized, laughed at.
yeah.
Oh shit, Diddy's doing this.
Yeah, this
Before,
guy's
you
doing
know-
this show's stupid. What are they doing? Yeah,
Exactly. So
the shit talkers.
shit talkers, people that are talking shit about shit in a life that they never lived.
If you don't like
That's
it,
a
don't
hater.
listen to it. Don't watch it. Don't do whatever. Don't
Yeah.
fuck with it.
But you
Period.
watch it though, and now you're talking about it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's just those things like that. And that's another thing that our children have to worry about because this is the era that they're growing up in. So you got to remember when you were a child, what was the it thing? And you were a kid in the life trying to be that it thing because that is the way of life. That's your real reality as a kid. I'm just thinking back when I was young, like I was a popular kid. You know what I mean? And I wasn't in the beginning. I used to, we said this before on one of the episodes when I told you guys where I used to think I was ugly. My mom used to butcher my hair when I was young. Me and my brother used to have Timmy, you know, that's the bowl cut, you know, just the hair on the top. It looked terrible.
What do you call it? Timmy.
Timmy, yeah.
Like Timmy Turner?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. We just used to
Right?
call
Like
it
Timmy Turner, doesn't he have the high
Yeah,
hair?
that was us. You know, and our hair is curly and stuff, mine and my brother. So we used to have that haircut, but it was butchered. My mom didn't know how to cut hair, so it was bad, you know. And that's how we grew up. I used to think I was ugly. So I got in middle school, and I had a middle school teacher named Miss Rudd, and she said one thing in class. She was talking to the whole class, but I felt like she was talking to me because she was kicking some real game. And the ending part of what she said was, you know, remember this, guys, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck. That just resonated with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I started saying, okay, if that's the case, at the time, it's like Jonathan Taylor Thomas or whatever his name is from Tool Time, the little boy.
We're one of the sons.
Yeah, he was like one of the cutest kid, the team
Uh,
at the time.
yeah.
So like that was the competition, I guess.
That was your generation standard.
And yeah, like cutie in Canada. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
You know,
funny.
that was funny. But
What about Biebs?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I was in the streets when Justin Bieber came.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know,
Time just all goes together.
I know.
No, bro, I don't
You-
know. I don't remember anything truly after the before the pandemic.
That's terrible. Because they say that's a trend. That's where everything changed.
I think it did. Shit.
I believe it. But no,
All right, so you want to be Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
I didn't want to be John. I wanted to be better than him.
You want to be better than JTT?
Yeah, I did. I definitely did. So that was what I started telling myself. I was faking it to myself. And then I gained this like false sense of belief because then other people started telling me it too. So that's when I knew like what she said, it was real. So I did that with everything in my life. Like I faked a lot of shit until I actually made it, and then I learned it. As you know, I was always able to learn on the fly. I really didn't know some shit, but I can fake it enough just to get in the door.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in, okay, now I'm gonna learn, because I can soak up anything. I can learn anything fast, you know. So it's just, if I see it, that I got a photogenic memory, I will memorize.
That comes with that time, though. You're seeing it, you're being there, compared to nowadays. I don't know if our kids even have that. They're not nearly around that type of shit prevalently, of people working on cars in the neighborhood, or maybe somebody, you know, you working on something, a house, a shed, or whatever.
Yeah,
that's not, doesn't seem, well, I guess they don't go outside as much either.
But if you kind of like pay attention to it, I'm now with me getting, I guess because I still have young kids, right? I'm noticing, because I remember when I was young, right? So it's like, I'm like, no, because the adults, the information that they lack, they have things like YouTube where you can learn it. You don't necessarily need dad now to teach you how to fix your brakes on your car. You go on YouTube University, they'll tell you your make, your car. You will see your car on the thing and fix it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, then that goes back to tools. I feel like people lack the confidence even to watch the video.
Yeah,
they need to be familiar with the tools. What a crescent wrench is, what a pair of pliers are, and so on and so forth, because it's that disconnect. Whereas we were at least there. Hand me the fucking screwdriver.
Yeah.
What are you doing? That's a hammer. I said the fucking screwdriver.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So that's how we learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shine the light over here.
Yeah.
Put
it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Stop fucking moving it.
Yeah. Why you keep moving? Yeah. Hey, that shit's crazy.
You know, so that's how we learned. It was more hands-on.
Yeah.
And I was good at that too, imitating and figuring out their little, oh, that's how you do that, that. Okay, that's easy.
That's easy.
But I did have to know the tools too. And I learned that as the process. So nowadays generation would have to know the tools before you go on YouTube.
Yep.
Or else now you're doing a whole fucking thing where, how do I use this tool? Then how do I use this tool? Then how do I do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they'll sit there and literally Google everything because they love it.
Yeah, but you have to have that. You have to have almost a board with a screw in, a nut, a bolt, like to test on. Like, you know what I mean? You would try to, you know?
Yeah.
You're just trying to fix one thing, but I don't know. I just think the knowing of the tools and how to use them will definitely help you more on YouTube and those other type of videos than I think the people that don't know tools are less confident about it. That's
a fact, because I'm one of them people. And I'm just gonna tell you straight up, like I said, that fake it. That was the whole point of me telling that story of the fake it till you make it, because it's a lot of things that I didn't know, and that's even down to the tools, because I didn't know the tools. I knew the basics, the screwdrivers, the flat out, the flathead, you know, send the Allen wrench and stuff like that. I knew the basics, right? That's only because my dad knew the basics of those. He taught me those little basic things. You know what I'm saying? Just
maybe that's all we're talking about too. Yeah, the basics.
The basics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think you need more than that, because repetition builds the confidence, right? So if this is something that's taught to you every day, it builds the confidence where you're not afraid, because even still, when, like, say, for instance, y'all are asking me something at the job where it's about like fixing of the trucks, right? And I'm like, shit, unless it's something that I've dealt with before, I have no fucking clue. I wouldn't, you know me, I'll tell you. We deal with you with the when it comes down to the fixing of the trucks, you know what I'm saying? You and Jay, y'all handle that, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like I don't want to know. I just don't know, but you could tell me. You could teach me.
Yeah.
I want to know. Trust me, I want to know. I don't want to not know.
Sometimes I don't even have time to be taught something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Especially
sometimes you just like, well, you're just going to have to handle that one. I'll handle the next thing.
I'll handle
thing.
the other shit while you'd handle that, because
you just got too much going anyway.
Yeah. The last 6 months too, especially for us, was, hectic anyways. There was no way there was like here's a coachable moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is run, go, 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 go. At our job for the last 6 months, for sure, we dealt with a lot of, downsides, and then family issues, on both sides of us, and creating this podcast, bro. With a lot over these last 8 months, to be real. But, that's beside the point. Just put a little context.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is what it is, man. We all have our story, all of us out there.
Mm-hmm.
But so we figured tools, some sort of physical training, defense type things,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of financial thing. I want to talk about something about what about writing?
Yeah.
I don't know if people still handwrite, or I know all you parents out there, I keep hearing there's no cursive. And if you're a parent like me who's almost 50 years old and has a teenage son or daughter, and you take them to go get their driver's license or their state ID, and you watch them sign their name,
And
like it's the first time they've ever signed their name, it's pretty fucking weird.
yeah.
And
You
it's
remember
not even
yours?
signed.
Do you remember yours though?
All my life, it was nonstop. I signed my name since the moment I could write.
Right.
Like that's how it was. It was not. We wrote the letter A's in cursive repeatedly.
Repetitive.
You know,
Yeah.
all the letters. Just all right, do small case, lowercase.
Yo,
Here are the dotted lines.
you remember that story?
You know,
My dad, I told you, my dad was anal when it came to penmanship.
Yeah,
That's why they said
yeah.
write like a girl. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad didn't play.
well, I
with
think
shit.
my kids, if you take Jazz,
Mhm.
Georgia, and Blaze,
Yeah.
they kind of had, I feel like, the tail end of kind of what we went through, as far as they did some handwriting in school. They learned some computers, some keyboarding. I think it was called, not like typewriters we had.
Yeah.
You know, there was some transitional things that they went through. They played outside more younger. There was less of distractions,
Yep.
all the way through, where Bella and Bishop, it becomes now more dependent on a device,
Yeah.
and you're not writing, and you're not creating that muscle memory of writing anything down and handwriting to printing and all that.
Oh well, I still got kids that are all in all grade levels right now, and let me tell you this: they have to do both. They have to go on the computer and write, and they get pamphlets. They got to fill out information, do the research on their laptop, and write it in.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. You can't. You got to turn the paper in.
Are they printing it, or do they got a handwrite? Do they still? Is it cursive?
They said no. They don't have. There's no. That is a true thing. There is no more cursive. My children know nothing about cursive.
How do they sign their name?
I gotta ask my oldest daughter though. My oldest daughter. That's something I would actually have to ask her. Did she see cursive while she was in school early on? You know what I'm saying? But
How old is she?
she'll be 19.
That's Bishop's age.
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
Okay, that's what I mean.
I could be wrong, but
I know for a fact Maya, no cursive, none of her school. That's who I found out that cursive was taken out of school at when she was in lower grade level.
it's crazy a script is out there that we can read, and other Americans that can't, that
They
go
don't
through
even
the
know
same
what
school
it's
systems.
It's gibberish to them. They've never seen that shit before a day in their life. Like my youngest daughter, that if you do that, unless I teach her, she's not gonna know.
Wow.
Yeah, she won't know nothing about that. Actually, all of my younger children won't know nothing about that.
You're just going to have to handwrite shit to hide it from people, I guess. You can make it seem like secret notes. I can write a secret note to my wife, leave it out there. It's not even a secret, just leave it out there. Kids walk by, they never know what it even says. Can write a whole letter about them. They'll probably, you know what they'll have to do? Take a picture of it, run it through AI, and say, please translate this for me. And AI is going to fuck it up. You know that. AI is going to get certain words fucking wrong. Really distort your note. Yeah, I don't know where we're heading with that.
Well,
Guess we're going to print everything down.
Yeah. No, like I said, the kids, they do still write. They still do write. My daughter writes a lot, especially in high school. Like, I'll be like, why do y'all have to do this on here and on the computer? She's like, no, we have to do our research use the computer for our research, to test the facts and then find it. And then we got to write it in. So I was like, okay, I can understand that only just because I know that writing is a lost art. You know what I mean? and the essence of it, because like I said, the way both of us grew up, I'm pushing 40, you're pushing 50, right? Because we're the same age, with 10 years apart. So you're like the OG generation of mine. You know what I'm saying? You think we're the big bros of our generation, you know? So like, yeah, my dad was anal on handwriting. Like I'm telling you, I got good penmanship, you know? So like, that's because my dad beat that in my head. Yo, look, hey, write this over. We had to write our homework on a line paper before we could even write it in on our paperwork for homework. We had to write it 3 times. It had to be perfect on there before we wrote it on the actual homework paper.
Yeah.
So we did our homework basically like 4 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how anal my dad was about, presentation. You know what I mean? So like we need more stuff like that, more structural.
Do you think you add then a finance and almost nutrition aspect where
100%.
you can have, hey kids, this is average price of jobs, this is average cost of fast food meals, this is what's in these meals, this is average cost of this type of meal you can make at home, of that type of meal you can make at home, of this type of meal. You know, I know the internet shows recipes and pricing and all that, but I feel that there's fundamentals that if we can teach them to go to that at least and get the right sources.
Let me give you some game. My wife, she just went to her doctor, right? Her doctor gave her a nutritionist, and one of the things that her nutritionist did was took her blood type and gave her the food groups that's allowed for her in her blood type.
There you go.
Right? So she has food that she's been eating, and then you have problems with your body that you didn't even know that you're causing yourself.
Can flare it up. Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Supposed to have it. And my wife, like my wife, she loves Caesar salad. Listen, that's her favorite salad.
Okay.
Croutons, Caesar salad. She can't have none of that shit because she's blood type O. So find out your blood type, and
it fucks with her.
Yep. And she didn't know it. And that's her.
So that's the type of thing we should have in nutrition classes for the kids to tell them like, well, you find out your blood type, or you find out this agrees with your body or that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very least, if we're giving everybody shit options, we have to voice those nutrition facts in schools and tell them the truth early on.
Yes.
All of us.
That's these parents need to be.
Because people get hooked on this McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Taco Bell, whatever. And then that's all they eat.
Yeah. And but that's also because it's convenient, because mom and dad are always at work. They're coming home, have to hurry up, get these kids ready, set up for school the next day, and have to get themselves ready for work and get their ass to bed.
Yeah.
So everybody got to get to bed, got to get dinner. So the only way to do this fast is grab fast food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it puts that time crunch on you, where it's not enough time in the day because you're getting off work late because you needed to work a little bit longer because somebody missed.
Well, more. You know
what I'm saying?
My wife would say that women put themselves too hard on living up to their grandmas, as if like, you know, she had the time to make bread from scratch and to do this and to do that and to take care of family and then clean up because that's what she did. Whereas the modern woman's going to work. So less time to make real bread and the healthier items and to not have the preservatives in. That's the whole key, is what they're trying to do, is make you work longer, keep you strung out on all this bullshit. So you have to get educated with that. And the best way for us to help our kids do that is start in the bottom of the communities all around, take our schools back and come up with a solution of classes we all can agree on for our kids. And a system to better suit them by the time they get out, and to help along with the family as the time goes on. You know, I think sometimes it was, at one point it might have been that we didn't live at that time. I'm just saying from what we're told, you know,
that's what the key purpose was in the first place.
Like, we're going to educate them. We need people to learn, read and write. They got to work. They got to do this. Like, so there was a basis in the beginning of it being like, hey, let's all suck it up, get on the same page and go through these, get our kids going through school. That took time for everybody to get on board and to understand. I think we need to put a rush on things more and trust our gut instinct and understand we already have all the answers. We know what our kids need.
Absolutely.
You know, and we can come to a consensus and agree on classes and restructuring our school system for the kids.
Ain't that how it's supposed to be anyways?
It is, but our representatives that make those decisions don't do that for us. And also, you know, we have to compromise as people and as parents and as adults and as people out there and understand. Once again, I know I sound like a broken record, but I feel like living in your city, you know, and serving your city in certain aspects, certain parts of the city, you should probably live in that city to help take care of it. I don't feel like everybody who, you know, you should have to all work in the city. I'm just saying, or live in the city. I'm saying if you work for city services or schools or even, you know, it must have been a certain time, must have been a great time back in the day when you knew the doctor, the local doctor, didn't live that far from you, and you could get hold of them. You know what I mean? So it's comforting for people, and it's knowing your mom works at the school, so she knows these kids, she knows their moms, she understands what goes on in these people's houses, and why these kids might act the way they do, and can and come with it with a loving heart. What if your mom didn't work at the school and live in the city, and let's say your mom was a lunch aide. Let's just say that, right? Yeah. She's a lunch aide and lives in the city, knows the kids, knows the parents, all that. And then you replace her with somebody out of the city who doesn't know anybody, any of those people in that neighborhood or in that community. And you give them authority to be the master lunch aide here. You know what I mean?
You're an asshole because you look down at everybody.
Let's say you're higher up on the chain and you feel like this job is beneath you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
the shit I had to look at when I drove.
I don't think you would feel that way. And I'm not just saying in a bad area, in just the city in general. I think, I think, no, I'm not. I'm just saying in all cities and communities, because I just think you come with it more with understanding and a heart to it, you know, and then, and part of also the compromise is, we have to pay these people more, you know, and it goes both ways. It goes both ways. So like I've said this before, if I'm a fireman in some multi-million-dollar area, I better be able to afford a house here. You better be able to pay me right.
Right.
You want me to protect your homes.
Yeah.
You want me to take care of it.
You want me to live in it.
Here's the thing. The sour goes both ways, right? Yeah. Protect these fucking assholes shit. They sit up on their hill. They got so much more money.
Yep.
Don't you want that person of like-minded like you?
Yep.
Or at least maybe not like-minded, or at least in the same circumstances to understand what he needs to protect around here and take care of.
It is his shit too.
You know, you can't look at it as, or even police.
Yeah. You
can't look at those as demeaning jobs. You look at them like, we need them. Yeah. And I want some of the best ones.
Yeah. And
we're going to pay them good.
Yeah, I'm right.
We pay higher taxes.
Yeah.
You know, we want better roads.
Yeah.
You know, so there's different levels to the shit. But the basic, no matter whether it's poverty stricken or loaded, is still a community within each other, and we all serve each other. Your pastor, your priest, whatever it is. Yeah. Don't you want them living in your community?
Absolutely.
You know, because sometimes we'll see a lot of pastors and different things on the line spreading the word. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a double edge, right? I'm thinking a lot of them want to be huge and be the big pastor and get big money and come in, right? I'm sure there's some that do it because maybe their people are old and it's easier for them to see church on the screen, you know? So it kind of goes to their intentions on that.
Yeah.
You know? So I just think that having these different, I don't know, building blocks for a community that we all know about. We've all done this now for a long time. It's in our DNA to build us upright. Let's take out the bad pieces of the foundation and pull back the ones that work and realize that we have to make a compromise. There's going to be some things you're not going to like.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
But it's not going to be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be minute things, you know?
Yeah. That's real shit. Hey, while we got a second to take a breath real quick, let's speak the fire, the stuff that we that we love about and what we stand on, because it's not just a brand. It's really about our legacy. You know what I'm saying? The things that we stand for here at the Real Mask Off Podcast, and that's our image in our community. So I want to be able to shout out our the legacy brand merch, you know what I'm saying,
on Shopify.
And the way that you can access that is the legacybrand.myshopify.com,
or go through our link tree.
Our link tree on Instagram, on our Instagram at the Real Mask Off Podcast 2025. And follow the link. We have everything that you need access to that has anything to do with the Real Mask Off Podcast. You can access that through our link tree on our IG, where we also go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the SES with DRMO.
Also, email us comments, questions, concern, Mask Off Podcast AA at gmail.com.
Yes, sir. And that's again for you is Mask Off Podcast AA at gmail.com, where y'all can send us any of y'all comments, requests, and also where you can access for our day ones, y'all get access to our exclusive merch line.
Yes.
That will be coming soon for you guys.
First 50 followers on Spotify.
Yes.
Very close. Thank you to all you.
Yes. Thank you for all those well-wishers, supporters that's out there and that's been riding with us since day one. We really do appreciate the love. Plus, we only had to take a few minutes to snap in our promotional ads for our brand. You know what I'm saying? Always plug our brand on every episode because we believe in it. We stand behind our product and our brand. So I hope you guys are feeling the same way. And man, send in y'all questions and what y'all would like to hear us talk about on here. And we're gonna tap back into the episode if that's what, unless you want to plug something, Boogie.
No, I'm right with you on everything. Tap in, ask questions, comments, concerns. We love to hear from you guys, and we do appreciate you guys' support.
Absolutely, 110%.
So going back to thinking and talking and trying to figure out what we could do as parents, as fathers, maybe in schooling and stuff. Mm-hmm. We thought about, what we go through, maybe some sort of self-defense class, definitely finance, nutrition.
Absolutely.
Maybe showing people how to use tools. Mm-hmm. So if you guys have any other comments on that, please email us or leave us a comment in the links.
Yeah.
What you think. Leave us comments on the show on Spotify. Of what you think that maybe could help us transition better and start building some better, bigger, stronger building blocks.
Absolutely.
For a strong foundation. So really quick though, tapping off from the schools, I wanted to say something. I wanted to find out about something else.
What's up?
Especially for your younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
Are the schools still making, so you're going to have school start up in a month or so. Mm-hmm. Are the schools still making, because I remember with my kids, it would be like first day of school, elementary school, and they come home with a list. They need $100 worth of material.
Yeah.
There's no Kleenex. There's no paper towel. There's no pens, pencils, markers, coloring books, erasers, crayons, fucking wet naps, hand sanitizer. You know what I mean? Is that still a thing? Is that still going on like that?
Yep. And I'm going to tell you this. I just seen it on the news that Walmart and I believe Target are both keeping last year's school supplies prices. So they're just going to repeat last year. So there's no increase on there for the school prices. And I don't know if that's just in Michigan or if that's nationwide. But I know that I did see that on our local news here in Michigan. So
is there a lot of extra amenities depending on elementary school, middle school? Do they have to still buy some? I remember my kids have to buy workbooks.
Yeah, we get lists like for each child.
Yeah,
a list of what that teacher needs in school supplies for your child, starting off in school.
What happened with that? Linda McMahon, can you fix that for our funding?
Yeah, because
that's an issue.
We'll give her time.
How much does that save our families during that time? Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
You think Linda will get on that?
I think she will.
Really?
Yeah.
It's serious. There's no fucking way.
I'll be trying to be optimistic. I was like,
Okay,
no,
yeah, Linda's got it.
she got it.
She's gonna buy the glue and the pencils. Don't worry. Hey, somebody write Linda. Somebody write Linda and tell them what Austin just said. Target and Walmart, man, that's the same prices from last year. Linda, you won't even have an increase. Let's go. Make sure all the schools have all the supplies. I have no idea.
Well, not that'll be the right thing to do. But I guess there's they're only the face. There's somebody they have to answer to, and they're the ones that are saying no. So that's the ones that we have to get them to get a sack and say, yes, you will spend that money the way that they're telling you to spend that money, and strategically, and quit being so damn greedy, even if that means you have to sacrifice. Why is it that you get to keep, eating good steak, lobster, and all that other shit, driving fancy cars, living in fabulous houses? And
You think Linda's living good?
Vince McMahon's
She's probably getting Chipotle tonight. She's on a budget.
She doesn't have to do anything just based off her husband.
Probably's driving a little tiny Toyota gas
Her
saver.
daughter and her husband, so her son-in-law, she don't really necessarily have to work. Whatever Shane is doing over there with him, they're financially set. That's $1 billion family, brother. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to play. Imagine if me and you had $1 billion for our family.
When was the last time the McMahons got their hands dirty?
And then they have a whole, ain't Vince McMahon going through a whole...
Oh, very dirty. That's, yeah, he allegedly did something.
Yeah, it was falling on some booty or something.
I don't know. All right, what about this then? to wrap this all up, I want to ask one other thing.
What's that?
Another thing, part of helping the kids, schools, communities, after school stuff.
Yeah, I mean, no, after school stuff.
Is there anything for people really nowadays, kids, young kids, that doesn't cost a fortune, that's cheap? Because I know sports have all gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Sports is like if you play baseball, football, hockey, basketball, you're now on a travel team.
Mm-hmm.
If you're serious about it
Yeah.
and want to make it, you know what I mean?
That's my sister with my nephews. All three of them play football and basketball and baseball.
And that's a lot of money and time.
Yeah, a whole lot of time. And they was on traveling teams.
So besides that, other things.
Like content creator, they should have stuff like that. Like little kids becoming content creator. They like playing video games. There's ways for those children to make money right now as kids, as creating streams.
Whoa. We don't want to tell them that.
Yes, we do.
We have enough competition.
We ain't worried about the
We
competition.
don't need these little kids now saturating the market for our competition.
Yes, we do.
Damn it.
Yes, we do, because we could be the platform that they come to.
Yeah, I'll just
to put their shit out there. So that's what we want, and that's what I mean.
That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Like maybe an after-school special, learning this, how to make shorts, how to make videos, how to make reels, how to do posts.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand like the internet is dangerous, so.
This shows us a safe way, showing you a safe way. Maybe the do's and don'ts.
Yep.
Don't put a picture of yourself up there.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Yep. Don't do that. Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be fucking brilliant.
See what I'm saying? So that's what the shit that they got to think about. And we just a couple poor folks.
Yeah, but we're in the same situation of a lot of people thinking the same way. There's a lot of parents like you thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get our people to change this shit.
Yeah. We are the voice of the voiceless, and we give hope to the hopeless. You understand? That's why I took it as
food to the foodless and homes to the homeless.
Well, that's a huge feat. You saying get us in a position where we able to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So I ain't got a problem with it. I that's one thing me and Schaefer agreed on early on in our relationship that we always wanted to do. At the time when I got out of prison, I was really big on trying to teach my community. Young black males, there is a way out here other than the way that they tell us. You know what I'm saying? You got to play sports, because a lot of us, well, I can't say me. I was good. I was decent in football. But as far as those other people out there in the world that's not good in sports, they were brainiacs. They were technical kids. That didn't play sports though. There wasn't too many things out there privy. It wasn't a cool thing for them, but I just think that I kind of lost where I was going with it. I don't know why, but I'm a little stoned. I was saying that for a purpose and I kind of lost it. So, damn, I was really going somewhere with that, and I really lost it. So I'm high. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass that one. If y'all get where I was going with that, like help me out.
Write them in the comments.
Yeah, for real.
Please, somebody comment and
We'll
ask
go
him.
back over it, and I'll
Comment, and we'll go
listen to
through.
this shit back, and I'm gonna figure out where I fucked up at when I listen to it back. That's one thing I've been doing too. Like when because now that I'm listening to the episodes again,
bad, I can't stand.
this is like my 100th time watching each episode. Anyways,
I don't want to hear myself no more.
yeah, I'll be like, man, I need next week's episode. I need some new shit.
I need to shut up.
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
yeah, seriously. So I feel like every time.
How did we become Michigan's #1 podcast?
Oh my god! I said I'll be over talking Alex right there. While damn man, I didn't even say nothing. I cut him off to say nothing. I said absolutely nothing right there. I should have said this. This is where I was going with that, but I didn't. I just lost train of thought. But yeah, things like that. And then they also, like in science, like teach the things that are dangerous for us, so we were more knowledgeable about the safe things that we're putting in our bodies, because certain things ain't supposed to be in our bodies, and it's in shit that we are consuming.
Yeah, outside in just everyday breathing and interacting and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely should educate ourselves more when it comes to maybe, like when you say science, maybe carcinogens, what type of things we're spraying on our plants that could cause cancer to us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to I get some of the things that we talk about might have to be for kids that are older.
Yeah.
That's
why I said, like, gauge it in the age group.
Make colleges more specialty for what somebody wants to go for.
Yeah, what they have interest in.
Yeah, make those more interesting for the kids.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I mean, and that's what we're trying to bang here, because like we want everybody to be happy in the person that they are on the inside, right? And be able to exude that and not have to feel like they're shelter away the energy that they were created to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we have to, like, now granted, we do have that. Now, one saying that you have to be safe with that, because there's people out here in this world that you don't want them to act out their true intentions. Them people are
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the balance to this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't really, but we do though, because we do want you to be able to be yourself, and just let those people, like, just
let you decide, I guess.
Yeah.
I want everybody to just kind of, that's just part of the compromise of life, man, right? There's always
wrong way.
Yeah, and there's always maybe a bad apple out of the bunch too, That's just what we have to realize, that nothing can be perfect. So when we do come together to help rebuild, compromise. We do that every day in our relationships, work and personal, or else if I could do whatever the fuck I want to do, I'd be here. Yeah. I wouldn't be doing a lot of that. Wouldn't be going to work and, so hopefully today's episode helps some of y'all try to understand where we're coming from and what we're thinking, kind of a decade apart of fathers older and younger. And hopefully some of y'all can relate to that and see, maybe marinate and think about that. Think about what we could do as a society and together, and help build our communities and revamp our school systems.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe we can be the ones to gather that information together and help make changes, for us all, for our future, for our kids' future. Try to help us be at least better prepared. All us grown-ups out here know what needs to be done. We put our heads together, we can change anything. Start getting the right people into the right places that care.
I like that. That's fire.
It'll help.
It will. I believe that, and that's why we started this mission here at the Real Mask Off Podcast.
Yes, sir.
So hey, look, we are always honored to be a service to all of you in the Real Mask Off Podcast community, and we thank you for lending us your time again for yet another wonderful episode. Alex, I appreciate doing these shows with you, bro.
Same here, dude. I always have fun. I like your perspective on things. And we're gonna have more. A few more episodes to go. 4 more this season?
Absolutely, got 4.
And then we're kicking off into a couple side projects.
Yeah.
And then back to season 2, y'all. So hopefully you keep coming through. This is episode 12. You got 4 more to go.
Yeah.
listen to us, comment, tell us what you think. I can't stress it enough. We need to know what you guys think more and more. Email us, hit Linktree, hit Instagram.
Just talk to us too. Hit all of our
our
links. Comment, click in, man. Tap in with us on the Facebook world. That's on our personal Facebook. Y'all know what it is, man. Tap in with us. Y'all can connect with us any kind of way that y'all can tap with us with our personal if y'all don't know how to navigate through the channels and stuff like that. Just start on Facebook with our personals if you know us personally. But those who are getting introduced to us by our social media platforms, we are glad that you're here. Welcome to it, and hopefully you enjoy it. Your feedback matters too.
Thank you all for tapping in. Thank you so much. Thank you for tapping into what? This is the Real
Mask Off
Podcast.
You know what it is. On God.
Peace.
What up, though, y'all? It's your boy Austin.
I'm Alex. You're tuned into the Real Mask Off Podcast, where real talk lives.
We built this brand from our story. 2 fathers with 5 kids. Each no silver spoon, just soul and hustle. Now it's stitched into every fabric of the legacy brand.
This ain't just merch. This is an identity. Father of 5, mother of 3, deep in the D. We make gear that reps you.
From varsity jackets to hoodies with the tally marks. Every piece of this legacy wear, this is the real one raising kings and queens.
So if you're about yours, hit that link in our bio or go to thelegacybrand.myshopify.com. Cop yours, rock it, and rap your story. The Legacy Brand. Unmask everything.
Oh, God.